I didn't think he would show. And leave you to figure out what's wrong with your snowblower on your own? I don't think so. Anyway, compared to where I've been today, this is playtime.
What's up?
I just came from the psych ward at the hospital. Luis and Antonio almost killed each other over Sheridan being locked up in there. Neither one of them can see the other side.
Nothing worse than a family feud. You know, I am so glad that everything is great in my house. Eve and I, we couldn't be better.
Oh, no.
God, I don't believe it. Our son...
I don't understand. This disc was supposed to be able to hack through all the adoption agency files.
Well, maybe we should just try it again.
I don't think that's going to help.
Why not?
Because this has all the earmarks of my father's handiwork.
You think that Alistair knows that we're searching for our son?
That's what it looks like. He must have put some sort of blocker on the information we need, like a firewall to keep us out.
And we're right back where we started.
But wait, maybe he's just blocked the information on the whereabouts of the babies. If we can pull up the names of the adoptive and foster parents, we still might have a shot of learning our son's name and where he is.
Oh, this has got to work. We have to find our son, Julian.
Somebody give me the 411 on what I'm looking at.
All right.
Like now.
Look, chill pill, my friend. All right?
No, don't try to game me, Fox. What the hell is my woman doing in your arms?
Wait, Chad.
What did I mess up so badly in L.A. that you had to rebound with this guy? Is that what's going on here?
Whitney? What are you doing with my boyfriend? You okay?
Got a question for you, Beth. You think I'm doing the right thing by keeping Sheridan in here?
Somebody please get me out of here. Where are you, Luis? Luis.
Hey, I got your message. What's up?
Look, I know you and I haven't always seen eye to eye, but I really need your help here.
Look, Luis, if it's about your sister, Teresa, I promise Gwen that
This has nothing to do with Teresa, okay? This is about Sheridan. Look, we need to get her out of that psych ward.
I know that, but you can't kidnap her the way you did last time.
Well, Ethan, that's why I came here, okay? I want to do this legally, but I need to do this now.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Enough about Eve and me. You know, I can't imagine life for you without Grace.
You know, if you would have told me a year ago, hell, even last month, that she'd be with David right now, I would have told you were nuts. That she'd never put our marriage second to the one she doesn't even remember having with him.
You know what, man? The past has a strange way of just popping out of nowhere and just sinking its hooks into us, doesn't it?
You know, it's funny how it happens when you don't even see it coming.
Sammy, what about you and Ivy? I mean, I can't imagine Ivy living over your garage apartment while Grace is gone.
You know, to tell you the truth, TC, I'm glad she's there. You know, Kay's still living over at Tabitha's with the baby, and Jessica's spending so much time with Reese these days. I'd be pretty lonely without her.
So you two getting tight?
It's nothing hot and heavy yet, but, you know, it's nice when someone really cares about me. Puts me first for a change. You know, she's even getting along with Kay lately, which is Unbelievable.
Get the hell out of here, okay? I can't believe she would have anything to do with Ivy.
Not anymore. Ivy's even been giving Kay advice.
So Ivy is making some inroads with you.
All I can say is you never entirely get your first love out of your system. Damn it.
We can't even look at possible adoptive parents?
Oh, wait, maybe this will let us in. No. Looks like my father's thought of everything. There's no way that we can get into the files that could lead us to our son.
I knew it was too good to be true.
Well, don't despair. I'll go see that computer hacker again and see if he has any other ideas.
Thanks for trying.
It's for both of us, Eve.
Oh, maybe it's a good thing that we didn't find our son today. I mean, it'll give me more time to prepare TC for the news.
You actually think that TC will accept the fact that you and I had a relationship before the two of you met, not to mention his son?
I'll just explain to them that I was very young when our son was conceived, and that we both made mistakes, that we both regret them, but that's no reason to take it out on our child. And, of course, they will be angry at first, but they'll get over it. Because they love me, and they know that I love them too much.
I know you do. And I know what it feels like to be loved by you. Only a fool like the cad I used to be could throw that away. You know, every day I think about what our lives would be like if I would have had the courage to stand up to my father when he told us to break apart.
Well, we'll never know what it would have been like. Good morning, darling.
Oh, my beautiful bride. What would you like to do today?
Actually, I was thinking maybe we could go back to bed.
I know, Eve. I know exactly what it would have been like.
Talk about paranoid, you two. Come on, can't two friends give each other a hug hello? What's the...
Now, I saw the way Whitney rushed into your arms.
No.
That wasn't just a casual hello.
And there's a perfectly good explanation for that.
Well, I want to hear it. Especially since we decided to give our relationship a chance.
So when did that happen?
Right before you got here. Fox and I had a real heart-to-heart, and I decided that you guys were right. That it's time for me to put my feelings behind about Ethan and give Fox a chance. So, you told me all along, you know? He's a great guy, and I shouldn't let him slip through my fingers, so I'm just glad I realized it before it was too late.
Well, great minds think alike, because we've been worried about Sheridan ever since they put her back in that hospital.
Yeah. Ethan's even been making some phone calls, you know, looking for some kind of legal precedent we can use to help her.
Well, so what did you find out? Well, can we get her out of there?
No, there's nothing that we can use so far, but I have one more phone call I'm waiting on.
You guys agree with me, right? I mean, it's absolutely crazy that she's locked up there.
Yeah, but that's the problem, actually. I mean, we can all feel as strongly as we want, but as long as Sheridan's doctor and her husband don't agree...
Well, the hell with her husband. Right, Sheridan wants to divorce Antonio and marry me.
Luis, it just won't cut it. We can't go to a judge and say that just because Sheridan loves you more than your brother, that you should decide her course of treatment.
All right, well, what if we can prove that Antonio doesn't have Sheridan's best interests at heart?
Yeah, but he does. I mean, there is no way Antonio would keep her locked up in there if he didn't think it was the best thing.
Well, what if you're wrong? What if the real reason Antonio has her locked up is to keep her away from me?
Antonio, you can't keep second-guessing yourself. Signing Sheridan in here was the right thing to do.
How do I know that for sure?
It's simple. She needs help. There's no question about her mental instability since the kidnapping.
You mean that the fact that she still thinks that your baby's hers, right?
Come on, how confused can a person get? There is no doubt in my mind, or the doctor's. Sheridan is in the best place to get the help she so desperately needs.
She hates it here, Beth. I mean, I see how upset she gets being in here.
Didn't the doctor say that that's to be expected of any new patient?
Yeah, I guess, but you know what? Sheridan's not his wife.
Exactly. He's an objective professional. That's why you have to trust him. Why would he lie to you about something like that?
Ah, Mr. Lopez Fitzgerald and Ms. Wallace. Oh, I see you brought the little one.
Yeah.
Are the nurses not expressing you enough of Sheridan's breast milk?
Oh, yes, no, they are, Doctor. It's just that, he seems to have more of an appetite when he's with Sheridan. In person, that's why I brought him to be with her. That's what I was supposed to do, right?
Absolutely. The act of nursing seems to calm both the patient and the baby. Follow me, please.
Don't go soft on me now, Antonio. Sheridan's got to stay locked up long enough for me to marry Louise. Oh, thank God. Antonio, I was so afraid I was going to have to stay here.
Come on. Why aren't you happy for me? I mean, I thought that's why you guys were hugging, because Fox told you our good news.
Oh, no.
Well, why aren't you guys just happy for us? I mean, you've been trying to push us together for what seems like forever.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what? I think that the timing is incredible. I mean, Chad is back. The two of you guys can start over at the same time. Fox and I are falling in love. I mean, I think the timing is just perfect all the way around.
I keep telling her I can't believe she's been able to get Ethan out of her head so quickly.
Well, Ethan did it to himself by refusing to help me fight for custody of little Ethan. I mean, his betrayal almost made me give up on love entirely. Then I took another good look at you. And what? See, I realized how long he's hung in there, you know, waiting for me to come to my senses. And then suddenly I knew who the right man has been for me all along. It's not Ethan, but his half-brother, Fox. So, who says there's no such thing as love conquering all?
Actually, Whitney does.
No, she doesn't. Come on. I mean, come on, Whitney's a romantic. I mean, she comes from parents who still act like lovebirds after, like, what, who knows how many years of marriage?
Oh, just grow up, all of you, okay? There's no such thing as love.
Whitney.
You don't really think Antonio has ulterior motives here?
Well, I wouldn't put it past him. He's been out of his mind ever since he found out about me and Sheridan.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, you don't think it's possible that Antonio would commit Sheridan solely out of jealousy? And he loves her with all of his heart. I mean, he must think it's the best thing for her to be in the psychiatric ward for help.
Well, it's not. Look, Sheridan should be at home where I can help her get better. Okay, without any pressure. It doesn't make any sense for her to be locked up. It's not like she's a threat to herself or anyone else. Locking her up is just going to traumatize her and make her worse.
You got to admit she's been really confused lately.
What, you mean thinking that Beth's baby is hers?
It's unbelievable, though. You know, the minute Sheridan has Martin in her arms, he stops fussing, and she just turns into this amazing mother. I mean, anyone else, you know, would swear they were mother and son. There's no way they could be, right? I mean...
What? Well, what are you talking about?
I'm just thinking. I don't know, what if Sheridan is right? I mean, what if she knows something that that we all don't know, and that baby really is hers. I mean, is that possible?
When? Come on.
Listen, Ethan, Sheridan swears up and down that she can feel it.
When I wish more than anything that were true, but there's just no way.
Right. And she wasn't the kidnappers had her when she gave birth to her baby, right?
Right. And I got the call that Beth was delivering when I was rescuing Sheridan at sea. Martin was delivered at home.
You weren't there when the baby was delivered?
No. No, Martin had already made his appearance by the time I got there.
It's interesting.
All right, what is going on in that mind of yours?
Hey, man, what are you thinking?
That's why you're here, isn't it? You're gonna make them release me so that I can go home. Oh, my baby! You brought me my baby!
This is not your baby, Sheridan. This is Miss Wallace's baby. She brought him here so you could nurse him.
Oh, of course I'll nurse him. He's my son!
It's incredible, isn't it? Seeing Sheridan with little Martin. It's almost like he's her baby. You know, there's no doubt in my mind. If David Hastings had been Grace's first love, they wouldn't be together right now.
Sam, she doesn't even remember him or the time they spent together.
Well, that's what makes the pull even stronger. I mean, the rest of us find ways to deal with our early relationships because we do remember them. Grace never had that opportunity because of her amnesia.
So she never resolved the things that she did with David in her mind.
Look, it's hard enough when relationships are cut short by outsiders like with me and Ivy. I mean, harder still when you can't remember anything.
Sam, it sounds like to me that you're accepting that Grace is gone.
Look, man, I don't know if I'll ever accept that. All I'm saying is that through this experience, it's taught me one thing. That you never completely get over the first person you really fell in love with.
Now, you talking about David and Grace, or you and Ivy?
Maybe both.
Listen, man, I am so glad that I'm not in your shoes because I couldn't deal with this lying down. Thank God that I am the only man that Eve ever loved. I am her first and her last.
Can you picture it, Eve, what our lives would be like if I'd have been able to stand up to my father?
Mom, Dad, what's for breakfast?
You're in a good mood this morning.
Well, why shouldn't I be? I mean, I have a good feeling that I'm going to win my doubles match, and Simone told me that you know who might be coming to my match today.
Oh, your brother.
Yeah, I can hardly wait. I mean, he hardly ever comes to my matches anymore now that he's studying to become the world's greatest lawyer.
I'm just so proud of that kid.
Well, I'm proud of all of you. You're the best family a man could ever have.
What's wrong? Is it scene chat again? I mean, I should have just... I told you that he was back, but he wanted to surprise you.
Yeah, well, he did that all right.
And what's wrong with that?
I don't know. You know, I don't really know anything right now.
Okay. Well, Chad got the divorce from LaToya, Whitney. And he couldn't stand not being with you, so he came back to make things right. Now that's a knight in shining armor.
Then why don't you ride off on his trusty steed in the sunset with him, hon?
I'm taken. Remember? And we're talking about you and Chad. You know, he's madly in love with you, just like he always has been. Don't tell me that you've fallen out of love with him.
Look, Teresa, honey, how many times do I have to tell you? I mean, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I'm just not really sure about it.
Well, I do, okay? You love him, just like you always have. I know he hurt you terribly because of what happened with LaToya. But you know what? Men aren't like women. They make mistakes. But you gotta learn to forgive them when they're big enough to admit it and say that they're sorry.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not that easy.
It is. It is. Just, you gotta let down those defenses that you had long enough to hear what Chad's saying. You know, long enough to remember what you guys had together, and you'll be back in no time.
You know what? I'm not like you. I can't just fall in and out of love at the drop of a hat. I meant what I said. I don't believe in love anymore. All it does is hurt people.
Yeah, man, you really did me a solid looking after Whitney while I was in L.A.
I didn't mind it a bit.
Thanks again, man. Man, it's great about you and Teresa. I mean, it sounds like Teresa's finally 86-year-old Ethan out of her system. Hey, I hate to ask you for another favor after everything you've done.
What's that?
It's obvious Whitney trusts you. Will you help me get her back?
You get her back? No, Chad, sorry, man. I can't do that.
You are my passion for life.
You won't help me get Whitney back? Why not?
Look, Chad, all I'm saying is that I'm not sure how much help I'm gonna be, you know? It seems to me like the ball's in your court. You're the only one that's really gonna convince her that you're sincere.
I hear what you're saying. The only problem is, she won't listen to me. She will to you. At least tell me you'll back me up. I mean, I know Teresa will, but it sure would help a lot if you were in my corner, too. I know I can make Whitney happy.
Look, Chad, man, all I want is Whitney's happiness, too, you know?
Whitney, I don't blame you for being jaded. Chad realized that he made a really lousy error in judgment. But he's willing to do whatever it takes to make it up to you. You know, sometimes we just have to swallow our pride and take a leap on love. That's what I'm doing with Fox. You told me that he was the perfect guy for me. And I believe you. You know, he's got a little too much of that crane cockiness on the outside, but, you know, inside, he's kind and sensitive. And was he hot or what?
Come on, Gwen, what are you thinking?
It's just you know, it's a strange timeline, that's all. And you find Sheridan, and then right after that, Beth's baby is born, and no one's there to witness the birth?
Gwen, that's not true. Beth's doctor was there, her mother was there, not to mention Precious.
Oh, well, there's a reliable witness.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
All right, this might be the call we've been waiting for.
Great. That's great. We're about to find a way to get Sheridan out of that mental ward.
You don't honestly think that my baby is really Sheridan's, do you?
No, of course not. It's just that Sheridan seems so content with him, and it looks like he feels really content with her. What I meant was that anyone looking at them would almost think that Martin is Sheridan's baby.
You had enough, sweetheart. Oh, that's my boy.
You can take your son now, Ms. Wallace.
No, not yet. He only just got here. Please, let me spend a little more time with my son.
This is not your baby, Sheridan. This is Ms. Wallace's baby, and you are just making this more difficult than it needs to be on everybody involved. Now, the sooner you realize that this child is not your child, the better things will be for you.
Antonio, please don't let them take him from me. Please tell them that you are here to take me and my baby home so that we can be together. Please, Antonio, tell them!
You always said how you were Eve's first love.
That's right.
I always thought I was Grace's first love, too.
Now, what the hell's that supposed to
Hey,
mean?
take it easy, okay? I wasn't suggesting that Eve was ever in love with anyone, okay? I'm just saying that life throws you these curveballs sometimes when you least expect it. Let me throw you a hypothetical.
Sam, I'm not a what-if kind of guy.
I know. But let's just say that Eve did have an old boyfriend from her past and she didn't tell you about it. What would happen if he resurfaced and tried to take her away from you? What would you do, TC?
Well, listen, good luck with your game today, darling.
Are you trying to get rid of Daddy?
Me? No.
Then why do I get the feeling you two are just counting the seconds until you're alone in the house?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest idea.
Oh, really? Then what do you two have planned for today?
Well, the usual, you know, some errands and,
Whatever. Just make sure you lock the door, okay? Bye, Mommy. Mwah. Bye, Daddy.
Bye, sweetheart.
See you later.
No.
If only I'd followed my heart, I'd be the happiest man alive today.
I loved you too, Julia. It's different for me now. I found happiness again when I met and married TC. I love him and the children that we had together. I'm sorry, but I can't. I won't give up on my marriage.
Well, what'd they say? Did you find a way to get Sheridan out of that mental ward?
No, call was about something else.
I hate every second that she's locked away in that hellhole.
We all do. And you're still thinking about that baby, aren't you?
Yes, I can't help it. Louise, how well do you know Beth's doctor?
Not that well. Beth trusts a doctor with her life, especially after the doctor delivered her baby with no complications at home.
Honey, what are you doing?
I'm going to look up Beth's doctor on the web and see what I can find out here.
What's it say?
Wow, it's very impressive. Seems like Dr. Culver is thought very highly of by both the patient and the medical community. Looks like Beth's doctor is one of the top OBGYNs in the country.
Told you.
All right, this one's it. All right, keep your fingers crossed. Hello? Yeah, thanks for getting back to me. What'd you find out?
You didn't come here to take me home, did you?
Sheridan, it's not that I don't want to.
You're letting them keep me here. Why? You know I'm not crazy.
Sheridan.
Look, is it Martin? Is that why I'm being kept here? Because if it is, I know that he is mine. I swear.
Sheridan, Martin is Beth's.
No, he is not. He's my child. That is what I'm trying to tell you, all right? A mother knows her own child. Look, if that's the only reason why I'm being kept here, then please, there's got to be something that you can do to get me out.
Can I speak to you a moment, Doctor?
I knew you'd believe me, Antonio. You're going to get me out of here. I knew you would.
I mean, are you sure it's right keeping her locked up like that in there? Of course, Sheridan's release is our ultimate goal. However, there is no doubt in my mind that this is the best situation for your wife at the present time. We can care for her round the clock here.
Yeah, and you would hate yourself if you released Sheridan before she was emotionally whole enough to handle the real world. I mean, what if she still thinks that my baby is hers? You can't let her go through life with such a shaky hold on reality. Right, Doctor?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's possible, probable, that she will just sink deeper into this fantasy world and in a worst-case scenario become permanently insane.
Those are the facts. Now, if you're willing to take that risk...
No. She's here because she needs to get better. That's why I signed her in here again, because I want her to be well, okay? All right, I think this is the best place for her right now.
You've made the right decision, Mr. Lopez Fitzgerald.
Did you tell him, Antonio? Did you tell Dr. Ackland that I am going home?
Sorry.
Antonio, please, you can't do this to me, please. You can't keep me here. No, I can't stand this. Please don't do this to me.
You'll need to give Ms. Wallace her baby.
No, I won't let you take him.
Sammy, I am not going to even entertain that question. Because Eve was a good girl when I met her. And there's no way some chump is going to come along and lay claim to being her first boyfriend.
No, that's not fair, TC. Now, come on, what would you really do if the same thing happened to Eve that happened to me and Grace? What would you do?
What would I really do is some jerk came knocking on my door trying to take away my woman and break up the lovely family that I created. I would kill him.
I would never ask you to abandon your husband and your
Well,
family.
I couldn't, even if I wanted to. I made a commitment to TC when we got married. I vowed that I would be a good and a loyal wife to him for the rest of our lives, no matter what.
Just because I understand it doesn't mean that I have to like it. The most important thing to me is that you're happy. And if TC is the man that can do that for you, then so be it. I had my chance with you and I blew it.
I'm late for rounds.
I'll call you if I get more information on our son.
Thank you for everything.
I admire your loyalty, Eve, but will TC return it when he finds out that you and I had a son together? I'm not so sure.
We're talking about Chad, not somebody new and unknown.
Oh, you don't understand, baby.
I don't understand. Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald, the original hopeless romantic. Come on. You know, I've been burned too, badly, but it's not going to make me give up on the most important thing in life.
All I know is that if you don't love someone, if you don't put your faith in them, then you don't get hurt.
Well, there's an attitude sure to get you through a long, lonely life. Come on. Things aren't as bad as you're making them out to be. You know, Chad's back. The man you fell madly in love with. A man who wants to spend the rest of his life with you just so he can make you happy.
Yeah, you know what? And that's what my father thinks about my mother, too.
Okay, your father, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about my mother's having an affair, Teresa, with Julian Crane.
No.
Yes, she's nothing but a hypocrite, a liar, and a two-timing tramp.
You're like a brother to me, Fox.
Oh, come on now. No need to go overboard with this whole thing.
I'm serious. You looked after Whitney when I was 3,000 miles away. That's what a brother does for a brother.
Well, I gotta tell you, though, I mean, this whole brother thing isn't all it's cracked up to be, you know what I mean? I mean, look at me and Ethan. And then there's Antonio and Luis. I mean, from what I understand, those two are about ready to kill each other.
Yeah, I heard about that. But you can hardly blame them. I mean, they're in love with the same woman. It's gotta be hell. But you and I don't have to worry about anything like that.
Well, it seems like Dr. Culver's specialty is women with difficult pregnancies. I think I'll make an appointment for myself.
All right, thanks anyway.
Ethan, what'd they say? Is there a precedent for Sheridan's situation?
Luis, I'm sorry. That's what I thought. There's nothing we can use. We're just legally, we're up against a brick wall here. As long as Antonio wants to keep Sheridan as a patient, there's nothing we can do.
Damn it. I'm getting Sheridan out of there. All right, there's no way that I'm letting her stay in there.
Okay, give him to me, Sheridan. Sorry, Beth, but no. I am his mother. Would you tell her that she's not, that I am Martin's mother?
It's only right, Sheridan. You know it's true.
If you do not give the child to Ms. Wallace, I am afraid I will be forced to take him from you.
No, I won't let you take him, all right? I promised him that I would protect him, and I will.
Don't hurt my baby.
Sheridan, please. It'll be easier for everyone if you just hand over the baby. If you struggle, something could happen to her. And you don't want that, do you?
Don't let me have my baby! Antonio, please do something!
I'm sorry, Sheridan.
No!
Don't hurt her. Nobody's going to hurt anybody. But it's time for you and Ms. Wallace to leave.
No. Antonio, no, please don't leave me in here. Please don't leave me. Tell them that I need to have my baby!
Come on, Antonio. They know what they're doing. Come on.
Go with me! No! Give me my baby! Go with me! No, please! Let me out, please! Just let me have my baby! Please, let me out of here! I'm begging you, if you love me, tell them to let me go.
I'm getting her out of there, no matter what I have to do.
Get a life, Charity. Get a brand new life without my daughter's father.
Yes,